Hello, I welcome you all. Let's do a problem from our coding patterns today. And the problem is sum. It says that given an array of nums and an integer target, return indices of two numbers such that they add up to target. Okay, so there are two main parameters, the nums and the target, and they want to make an assumptions that there would have exactly one solution and you may not use the same element twice. Let's understand this setup with the example one. So we have numbers as 2, 7, 11 and 15 and the target is 9. So we can easily see that यहाँ पर दो numbers हैं जिनका sum 9 होगा, वो है 2 and 7. But if you see, if you observe the output, it says that the output is 0 and 1 but not the 2 and 7 because they are just interested in knowing about the indices. If you see the description at the top, they just want indices. Okay, if we understand the example 2, the number array is 3 to 4 and the target is C, it's 6. So there could have been two solutions. Either we can have 3 plus 3 as 6, or we can have 2 plus 4 as 6. But the output is 2 plus 4 is 6, not the 3 plus 3, because we are not allowed to use the same element twice with this description part. Okay, so you may not use the same element twice. That's why the output is 1 and 2. 1 means 2 and the 2 means 4 because this is nothing but the indices of this answers array. Let's move ahead and talk about the solution first. For approach 1, what we can have, we can of course we can do this problem naively and have two loops. और इसमें करेंगे क्या? We can have one outer loop which is going to start from 0 and it will last till the n, or we can say n minus 1 till the last element of the array, and we can have one more pointer as j, which is nothing but going to start from the next and next indices wherever I stands right now. Okay, just to make sure it should not take one element twice. Okay, so let's suppose if I is at 0, j is going to start from 11, or we are going to generate each and every pair uh, of elements out of this array and going to check with the target. If it's equal, that means we can return the ij. Ij is nothing but the indices, it's not the actual element. If you want to get the actual element, so here we have used the actual element. Okay, so this place. But what's the problem with the solution? So this problem will work perfectly, but the problem is in the complexity. So its time complexity is going to be a big O of n square, given n is the length of array, because we have used a two array. Can we optimize it? Can we optimize it further to have solution somewhere around n? Yes, we can do that. So this is where I'm going to talk about my next approach. So the next approach is going to use something called as hash map. And if you're not familiar with the hash map, so hash map is nothing but the pair of key and values. Okay, so if you see at the right side, so this is nothing but the hash map. Okay, so you have to know basically one very important thing to start with this approach. So what you can learn for now is like you are basically interested in knowing two numbers, okay, the first and second, which is going to add up to the target, or we can uh, say that the second element is nothing but the target minus first, right? It's one and the same thing, right? तो करेंगे क्या अभी? uh, ये f क्या है? फर्स्ट, ओके, एंड s इज नथिंग बट s एंड t इज नथिंग बट द टारगेट. ओके, तो हम करेंगे क्या? हम लोग ट्राई करेंगे. ओके, तो हम लोग एक लूप करेंगे ऊपर से, और फर्स्ट टाइम पे क्या करेंगे, हम 2 को पुट करेंगे I mean, we'll consider 2 as a first element. Next time we'll consider 11 as a first element. Third time we'll consider 7 as a first element. Fourth time we'll consider 5 as a first element, and we'll put our numbers into this formula. Okay, and we'll try to get second. Let me give a dry run, and it will make things more simpler to you. So target is 9. So this thing is going to be constant for all the times. So the first time the f is nothing but 2. Okay, and its output is 7. Okay, all right. And for the second time, the instead of 2 will insert 11, and it's going to be -7. So मैं कहना क्या चाह रहा हूँ इस पूरे सेटअप से कि आपको दो एलिमेंट ऐसे चाहिए जिनका सम टारगेट हो, राइट? So let's consider 2 is the first target element. I mean 2 is the one of the elements, okay? जिसका जो जो आप ऐड करना चाहते हो टारगेट के लिए। अगर आपको 2 मिल गया तो सेकंड एलिमेंट आपको क्या चाहिए? इस obviously 7, right? If you have 2, then you need 7 to make it equal to the target 9, right? If it's 11, what do you need? You need minus to make it 9, okay? If it's 7, then you need 2 again to make it target. All right. तो जब हमने इस फॉर्मूले में ये चीज पुट किया, ओके, सो फॉर नाउ लेट्स अगेन स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट वेरी फर्स्ट एलिमेंट, ओके। तो फर्स्ट टाइम पे क्या हुआ? 9 इज टारगेट एंड 2 आपने फर्स्ट एलिमेंट लिया। क्या 7 हमारे पास है? आप समझिए कि आप यहाँ से आ रहे हो, ठीक है, लेफ्ट टू राइट आप मूवमेंट कर रहे हो, आपको 2 मिला। क्या 7 आपने अभी तक देखा कहीं पे? देखा क्या? क्या 7 है हमारे पास? नहीं है, राइट? अगर 7 होता तो ऑफ कोर्स आंसर हो जाता हमारा। क्योंकि 7 नहीं है, तो हम क्या करते हैं, करंट एलिमेंट को हम लोग स्टोर करते हैं। तो और इसका इंडेक्स इंडेक्स क्या है? जीरो। ओके, इसका इंडेक्स क्या है? जीरो। ओके, तो हमने भी हैश मैप में स्टोर कर लिया। ओके, दिस थिंग इज डन। ओके, लेट्स मूव अहेड। 11 आया। मैंने क्या किया? इस फॉर्मूले में फिर से फिट किया। 9 माइनस 11, और जो सेकंड की वैल्यू क्या आ गई? -2। क्या -2 भाई साहब आपने देखा है अभी तक? अगर -2 होता, क्योंकि 11 इज देयर, राइट? यू कैन सी 11 इज देयर। हैव यू एवर सीन -2? अगर होता तो आंसर हो जाता, क्योंकि -2 नहीं है। तो लेट्स पुट 11 इनटू आवर हैश मैप, क्योंकि हो सकता है कि आगे चलकर कोई 11 को ढूंढे, राइट? तो हम लोग 11 को स्टोर कर लेते हैं विद दिस इट्स इंडेक्स, वाई इंडेक्स। आई विल शो यू। ओके, लेट्स मूव अहेड। 7। इस एग्जांपल से आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा इस पर्टिकुलर आइट्रेशन से कि हम एक्जेक्टली कर क्या रहे हैं। अगर 7 है आपके पास, ओके, 7 है, तो सेकंड एलिमेंट क्या होगा? 9 माइनस 7 विच इज इक्वल टू 2। तो सेकंड एलिमेंट इज 2, राइट? क्या 2 है आपके पास? क्या आपने अभी तक जितने भी जगह से आप होते हुए आए हैं, क्या आपके पास 2 है? यस, वी डू हैव 2। सी, द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट वाज 2, राइट? द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट वाज 2। तो देखिए, 2 हमारे पास ऑलरेडी है ना हैश मैप में। अगर 2 है तो उसका इंडेक्स उठाइए 0। ओके, एक ये सॉल्यूशन होगा, और एक जहां पर आप करंटली हो। तो इसका आंसर क्या बन जाएगा? 2 एंड 0। और प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट ने हमें बोला था कि देयर विल बी अ सॉल्यूशन। ऐसा केस होगा ही नहीं कि सॉल्यूशन ना हो। लेट मी कोड दिस अप्रोच फॉर यू, और आपको ये चीजें क्लियर होगी। अगर मैं इसकी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी की बात अभी कर दूं, तो आप देखोगे कि सिर्फ और सिर्फ मैं एक ही बार आइटरेट कर रहा हूँ एरे से, ओके, बट द स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी इज गोइंग टू बी the order of n, okay, which was big of 1 in our approach 1 using 2 loop, but यहाँ पर space complexity ज्यादा है, but आपका जो time complexity है वो कम है। So let me code this approach for you. So the first of all we need a map, right? So I'm coding this solution in JavaScript, but you can code it in your own language. It's pretty much straight one and the same thing, right? So I'm iterating over the loop, over the numbers array. And first of all, I'm just getting the first number, which is nothing but the nums of I. And the second thing, what I'll do, I'm interested in knowing the second element, the formula that I was talking about, which was target minus the first element, right? So what I was saying that if we have seen the, if we are able to find second in the map, that means you got the answer, right? So let me code that thing for you. So map dot has the second part, okay. If we got If we have that thing, that is the answer. So what we can do, we need two indices. One is that, and second one is this, the map dot. Uh, since we were storing the indices as value, so I'm just trying to get the indexes. That's why I was storing two things into our map. One was the value, and the second was the indexes, because the problem says that they want index as the answer. If we don't have, I mean, if we are not able to find our second into our element, so what I'll do, I'll just store current element with this index into our hash map dot set. It's going to be first and I. All right. Oh yes, it got accepted. This was the solution. थैंक यू वेरी मच। और अगर आप लोगों को ये सॉल्यूशन अप्रोच और मेरा वे सही लगा हो तो प्लीज़ लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब करिएगा चैनल को, एंड डेफिनेटली डोंट फॉरगेट टू चेक आउट माय वेबसाइट codingpatterns.com।